I'm Nick Hipa from the band MIRE, and this is a riffopsy, a segment that takes a specific riff, in this case the verse from our song Refined, and examines the techniques, the ideas, and the approaches behind what make the riff what it is. In doing so, I hope that it would encourage you to learn the song or cover the song, or even take some of these ideas and use them for songs of your own. You know, there's always something you can learn by dissecting someone else's music, and you can take those things and incorporate it into your own bag of tricks, you know, for writing your own riffs and songs. So let's take a look. There's a couple of different guitar techniques that go into this actual riff. There's an artificial dive, there's tremolo picking for a little bit, there's palm muting, and there's a pick rake. And I'm just gonna go over the whole riff slowly, and you can keep an eye out for those things, and then we'll go over all of those things individually. First things first, the nuts and bolts. The guitar tuning is B standard, so B, E, A, D, G, B, E on a 7-string. Another important part of this riff, a critical part, is having some sort of floating tremolo to achieve the very first note of the riff, which is created using, I don't even know what it's called, but basically you're creating an artificial dive bomb. It's something that Ryan loves to sneak into a lot of the stuff that he does, which is just little guitar tricks that are cool on their own, but if you do it real quick, it just adds a little bit of sparkle to the idea. And the way that this is performed is you want to pick just your low B string, while at the same time, with your left hand, you're not picking, but with your left hand, you're just bending the string right below it. And what you do by doing that is this bend creates tension that brings the bridge up, and that in turn makes the sound of a lowered note, or like a dive sound. Depending on who you ask, or you know, maybe it's not sick, but we think it is. Anyways, that's just one part of the riff, and it's followed immediately by tremolo picking on the octave, which is the 12th fret of the B string. So it goes. So after the dive bomb and tremolo picking, you would just play this combination of notes, which is open 12, 13, 12, open 16, 13, 12, all on the low B string. If this entire verse riff is in 2 chunks, then this is chunk 1. Cool. And the only difference between chunk 1 and chunk 2 is the tail end, or the second half. So the second chunk starts off the same with the artificial dive and the tremolo picking, but then goes into this power chord sequence, and then more power chords, followed by a rake. So that together looks like this. So all I'm doing there is I'm just keeping my finger across the 3rd fret, not fretting it down, and then taking my pick and almost vertically dragging it up to the low string. So many ways to do it. You just play around with that basic idea and you can get many cool sounds. The last block of the first riff sounds like this. So altogether, the whole riff is so that's basically all the techniques and ideas behind the riff. Another important thing to add is just the creativity behind the riff in the form of just rhythmic spacing. So in the context of this song, that artificial dive bomb actually creates that space that I think makes this verse riff kind of sick. The whole part's just not like, it's just not cluttered, you know? And I think a lot of the best bands in the game are comfortable with using space and explore space more, because with rhythm and melody, like, you know, the options are even more endless. Anyways, that's basically the first MIRE riffopsy ever. If you're interested in learning this song from start to finish, we have the tabs available at thebandmire.com. But hopefully this, you know, close examination of what makes this part the part will give a little bit of context to those tabs. Or you just might want to tackle the song by ear, and that might help you get started. To take some of these ideas and just utilize them in your own playing, because I mean, I feel like if you've made it this far in the video, you're a guitar player. So hopefully there's something here that you can take and put it in your own bag of tricks, into your own riffs and your own songs, so that, you know, you can keep on growing as a musician, because that's what it's all about. And that's why we made this video, because we're just friends that enjoy music. So we're just trying to share that with you out there. And if you happen to like this content, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much.